Now, St. Paul says, be separate. All through the Old Testament, one of the lessons we can take from the Old Testament is that God set his people apart. Why was Ezra so annoyed? Why was he so angry with the people? Because they took foreign wives. In this case, foreign means not believing. Right? If you want with all your heart to remain in your Coptic Orthodox world, if you want to remain close to God, if you want to be hand in hand, to walk hand in hand with Jesus, you must isolate yourself, you must protect yourself. Do not be ashamed of it, do not be weak about it. You must say to yourself, for a higher good, I will suffer this loss of freedom. And you do it every day. For example, you want to pass your exams to be a doctor, or to be a lawyer, or to be an accountant, or to be a vet, or to be a teacher, or to be a mechanic. Right? Whatever you want to do, you have to finish your apprenticeship, pass your exams, serve your probationary period, and become a professional. And you give up many things for that. You don't say to yourself, oh, I must be allowed to do all my pleasures and pass my exams at the highest grade. You know that's not possible. You can't spend 7 days a week at the beach and then on the 8th day pass your exams. No. It's the same in spiritual life. You can't say, okay, I can live at large in New York and still be innocent. You cannot. You must sacrifice, you must protect yourself, you must isolate yourself. You must stay in your cradle, in your womb. So protect yourself. Don't open bad sites on the net. Don't go to clubs. Don't go to nudist beaches. Don't go to known drug selling points. Don't be present in these areas. You must protect yourself. Don't say it's a sign of weakness. It's not. It's a sign of strength, that you are applying your mind to your situation. No animal will put himself in another enemy territory if he can get food in his own territory. This is a natural wisdom. So why do you put yourself in the fire when you know that you will get burnt? If you stay with your family, with your Coptic friends, with your father, your priest, and you are satisfied, and you are happy. If you do that, you will keep your innocence. If you don't, you will lose it. What do you want? You want to lose it? You want to taste that? You want to be like Eve? You want to taste the bitter fruit? Okay, taste it. But you will die. Huh? So, you look at Eve and Mary. You know that the difference between Eve and Mary, right? Now you have to decide. You have a free choice. God never said, I will force you. He never will force you. You can choose to be Eve or you can choose to be Mary. But you have to serve somebody. It might be God or it might be the devil, but you have to serve someone. So my advice is, isolation is protection. Keep your world simple, keep your world small. And you do not pretend that you can dress sexily and not be regarded with lust. Do not pretend that you can smoke intoxicants and not be addicted. Do not pretend that you can shoplift and not be caught. Do not pretend that you can indulge in any of the so-called vices of the Western world and not become damaged by them. You will be damaged. So I advise isolation as protection. That's the best I can do. I myself, I left it, right? I have never lived as a Christian in the world. Because in the world I saw no evidence for Christianity. I saw no way of living as a Christian, nor that it was even desirable. Now, living here in this mountain, in this empty desert. My life is full of holiness. So I advise you to protect yourself by keeping your world simple. You asked me about the past, if I could go back to the past, but as a Christian now, no. This is something I have never thought about. I don't think that I could ever live in the world again, because what I've come to know, what I've come to taste in the desert, is the sweetness of Jesus' solitude. You remember in the Bible how he went apart, he went into the mountain to pray. He used to speak to the Father directly. Father, I know you always hear me. So if I am in the world, I will be hearing so many voices, I can't hear the Father. For me, the isolation of this desert is a way of hearing. The silence of the desert is a way of hearing the voice of God. Here in the desert, where not even any flowers grow, no grass, there is no green thing at all. There's only rocks and sand. This desert is a very hard one. Even after heavy rain, nothing grows. There is no softening of life. It's just sun and rock and sand forever. But in this place, where the lizards and the scorpions and the snakes, they thrive, and the demons are very happy to catch me, I am free. I am loved by God here. Why? Because I have given Him the only place, not just first place, but all the place in my life. And what have I got back for that? I have got a sweetness, I have got a love, I have got a holiness, I have got a protection, I have got an assurance. God has given me all the interior blessings in a place of exterior difficulty and emptiness and barrenness. So no, I do not want to go back to my old life, but with my Orthodox Christianity intact, no. I feel strong enough for this life, but not for that. So that's why I say to the youth that you are fighting a harder fight than me. I am living here where I have only to pray. You are living there where you have so many things. You have all your worldly things to fight against, about, over, to conquer, to win. And you have also your spiritual battles to fight, and you have your families to deal with. You have so many sides. You are open on so many sides. I am open only on one side, the heaven side. So I think that the isolation of desert spirituality is a protection, is a blessing, is a freedom, is a goodness. It's not a difficulty or a hardness. About warfare, inner warfare and external warfare, I know that some people say that if you can win the inner battle, then you can control any exterior battle. But the inner battles never finish. I mean, I have won the exterior battle. I have removed myself from the arena. I do not fight in the world. I fight here. And here there is nothing to fight about. There is only the heart. St. Anthony said, if you live in solitude, you do not suffer the battles of the eye or the ear or the mouth. Because I don't speak to anyone, I don't see anything difficult, and I don't talk or hear anything difficult. So I have no battle on those three fronts, only with the heart. For many monks, for many solitaries, the battle is memory. In the Bustan, in the Paradise of the Holy Fathers, there are many monks who remember in their solitude things from the world, and they want to go back and taste them. I can honestly say to you that one of the graces that God has given me, the greatest blessings God has given me in my life here in the desert, is that I love it. And I never want anything other than this. Since I came here, since I found this place and made this cave and took this life, I have never looked back. My past was so miserable, I was so unhappy in the world. And so unfulfilled, so uncompleted, so always yearning, so always wanting something more, so always seeing how far was what I got from what I dreamed it would be like. The gap between desire and fulfillment was so great. I don't want to go back to that. Here, there is no gap at all. What I desire, I have. What have I on earth but thee? What do I desire in heaven but thee? I love Jesus and St. Mary and my Father Anthony, and that's it. And I don't need anything else. And I'm happy with it. Because I've narrowed my expectations. I've narrowed my desires to the whole of heaven. And I have got it. So it's not that you can win. You have external battles and internal battles. It's all one battle. But it's a battle from the heart. If you can control your heart sufficiently to keep on the road, you will win. By win, I mean you will survive. Only exceptional people, like those who live the fullest Christian perfection, are called saints, right? So only exceptional people find their joy in their complete annihilation for Christ's sake. If you say to me, we cannot do that. Okay, I agree. You cannot do that. You cannot say to be broken down, to be beaten, to be defeated, to be continually threatened and thwarted is my best joy. It's so hard. I know that. But if you can say, in my being thwarted, in my being broken, in my falling down, I am at least going forward because I am always returning to God. That's enough. When you are falling forward. Sandy Petty sings a song, right? Falling forward. Try to fall forward. When you fall down, you get up, but you get up facing God. So don't blame yourself for falling. You will fall, and you will always fall. The battle will never be, you will never be the victor. Well, you might be if you are, God plans you for a saint, but most of us, we just fall down. If we get up, facing forward, we are doing all we can. And by the end of your life, your judgment will be the greater blessing because you have fallen forward. So I advise you to fight your inner fights and to know that, as Jesus said, all the evil comes from within, not from without. It's not the external fights that are going to make you evil. They might make you fall. The temptations that you see around you might make you fall.